and in color during my lunchtime. Only 10 minutes behind. Hey, hey, it is the social work expat. Let me get this to check the sound. It shows I'm live, and let me check the sound. There I am. Awesome sauce. Let's get started. It is Faceless October. We are on the 18th of October already. I am so surprised how quickly this month is moving. But Faceless October is all about, let me close out some of these windows. Hey there, Faceless October is all about making faceless YouTube videos, faceless YouTube channels, and faceless YouTube videos so that we can use AI tools and make passive income. I am going to move. Today is all about content. That's it. Today, we are going to use a prompt that we've already used earlier in this month, working with Bard as a writing assistant for content for the 7 YouTube channels that I've already set up. Yesterday, with all 3 of the videos, was using text to image generators, AI tools, to make our YouTube channel profile images. That was 7 different AI tools to make 7 faceless YouTube channels profile pictures. And that was an adventure. Today is about content. We are going to use Bard to help us make our first script for our first YouTube videos for our 7 channels. Each channel has its own identity and its own name. We are going to start with the top and move our way down. We have a houseplant care channel. It's called Houseplants Housetop. We have a recipes channel, which is called Side Dish. We have a theme parties channel. It's called Eventastic. We have a Reddit stories channel, which is called Off Reddit. We have a homeschooling channel, which is called Free Range Learners. We have a road trips channel, which is called Wheels to Wander. And then our 7th channel is fully experimental. I didn't have anything to do with coming up with the idea for it. This one is completely AI suggested and generated, and it is called Sunny Laugh. Let's get started because I have to go back to work. Let's try Houseplants Housetop. What I want to do is move back up here. The first channel that I made was not last week, but the week before, and is a channel called After Education, looking at high-paying jobs that do not require a college degree. I'm going to go back to asking Bard to act as a writing assistant. So I'm going to ask it to go back to that. Please go back to acting as a writing assistant for me. All right. I'm not going to ask if it can do that because this chat already shows that it can do that. And what I want to do, I'm going to ask it to do scripts with a maximum time of 8 minutes for every single one of these channels. Not every single one of the Faceless YouTube channels that I came up with are going to be longer form video channels, but we'll start off with 8 minutes just as an exercise. So I would like to put my fingers on the right keys. I would like to generate a script for a YouTube video with a maximum time of 8 minutes. The topic is I'm copying this because I'm going to use it later. So I'm going to open Notepad again and paste it into Notepad. That's off camera and a teeny bit slow because using this can be slow. There's Notepad. All right. Now, this is for houseplants, housetop. Houseplant care is page 1. Channel number 1, I keep calling it a page. I think that I would like a script about, the topic is 5 ways to prepare to be a plant parent. And I'm going to say to Bard, please ask me any questions you need answered to best generate this script. Nope, before generating your response, please ask me any questions. So there we go. All right, this is the first one. Let's see how long it takes. Bard has been pretty good about being a writing assistant. Okay, and here are the questions that Bard wants answered. Target audience. No, beginner plant parents. We're going to say beginner plant parents. The tone and style. Easy, breezy. Beautiful cover girl? No. Easy, breezy, approachable, and informative. Something that matches a boho apartment. Let's see if it understands that. And is there anything specific that you want to cover? Specific to cover. Let's see, one, what plants? What makes someone good with plants? Not me. Did I ask for 5? Yeah, 5 tips. Okay, what makes someone good with houseplants? What kind of space do you need? Are there better plants for beginners? Um, um, is it just water? Do you just water and go? And do plants need babysitters? I don't know, something like that. So this is different than the prompt that I used to be for the writing assistant for after education. And this is actually a little bit more guidance than I gave to Bard before, but this might be good. Okay, and additional tips. So, okay. I would change the tone a little bit, but this is a good start. And this is a good start that took 8 minutes. I think that's great. We're going to move on to the next one, and that one is called Side Dish. Channel number 2 is a recipe channel. I will pay the toll. It's complete. I don't know if it's any good because I haven't read it yet, and I have to redo it anyway. Just because the writing assistant is giving us a script doesn't mean that I'm going to use the script as is. It's just a good starting place. Okay, I'm going to say thank you. I would like to generate a script for a different YouTube video. Why am I typing this? Hold on. Let me get what I already copied. Okay, and then I'm going to change it. For a different, okay, we're just going to add that one word. Okay, I'm copying this and putting that in the notepad so that I'll be ready for the next time. Recipes. All right. How about how to make a quick weeknight meal for a small family? We'll say 3. I like the number 3. The script should include should be a recipe tutorial. Okay. Preparation. It took me 2 minutes to come up with the prompt. Let's see how long it takes. The script was done in less time than it took me to write the prompt. It says the audience is busy families. We're looking at 1 pan chicken and rice. Ugh, frozen peas and carrots. I don't like frozen peas and carrots. This looks like it doesn't have any seasoning. Okay, thank you. Please revise the above script to replace the frozen peas and carrots with fresh vegetables. Please include the use of maybe chicken bouillon or something, or chicken broth. This recipe is a little flavorless. I mean, unless this is like a spoof channel and it's supposed to be flavorless, I will not in any way put that on a channel, even though it's faceless, that I have anything to do with. All right, 1 pan chicken and rice with fresh vegetables, busy families. Okay, rice, chicken broth, carrots, celery, and onions. So we've got mirepoix. Okay, I guess that's fine. And it says the addition of chicken bouillon or chicken broth will add flavor to the dish. You can also use other herbs. Yeah, that is fine. It's not like stellar, but we don't need stellar. We need fine. It's the entire package that makes a channel. So we're going to move on to channel number 3. Generating content, at least if we do onesie twosies, once we've decided on the tone, the target, and the amount of time, it seems like is much faster than generating the images was. Okay, we've got theme parties. That's channel number 3. I feel like I want this one to be a princess party. The topic is planning for and decorating for a princess party. The princess party can be a sleepover for a group of 8-year-old girls. Please include invitations. Please include planning for the invitations, the sleeping area decorations, the meals, snacks during the party, and any possible gift or goodie bags for the girls. All right, let's see what it comes up with. That took me 2.5 minutes about to come up with the prompt. Parents of 8-year-old girls, fun, engaging, informative. All right. Planning and decorating for a princess party. Really, it's only giving what I asked for. That's nice talking about the budget, and that might be a good way to differentiate the channel from any other YouTube channels, talking about how to do theme parties on a budget. That's an idea. All right, we're on to channel number 4. That one is our Reddit stories. Okay, now this one doesn't necessarily need a script. What we need are Reddit stories. So we could either do what some people have done, which is completely make up the stories, right? And have Bard make a complete fiction, or we can come up with, I'm going to ask Bard a different question. I would like to make content for a different YouTube video using Reddit stories. Please tell me how best to find Reddit stories to use for the YouTube video. So this one is a different question. Let's see what Bard tells me about what I need to do to find the Reddit stories that I want to use for this channel. All right, it says here there are a few ways to find Reddit stories to use for a YouTube video. It's giving 3. 1, search for relevant subreddits. Reddit is divided into thousands of subreddits, each dedicated to a specific topic. To find stories to use for your video, start by searching for subreddits that are relevant to your topic. For example, if you're making a video about funny stories, you could search for subreddits like r/funny, r/jokes, and r/memes. 2, use the Reddit search bar. Once you've found some relevant subreddits, you can use the Reddit search bar to search for specific keywords. For example, if you're making a video about funny animal stories, you could search for keywords, quote, funny animal stories, end quote, or, quote, animals being silly, end quote. Or 3, use Reddit aggregators. There are a number of websites that aggregate Reddit stories and make them easier to browse. Some popular aggregators include r/bestof, r/popular, and r/all. Once you've found some stories that you're interested in using for your video, be sure to read the Reddit rules carefully. Some subreddits have rules about reposting stories, so it's important to make sure that you're allowed to use the story before you include it in your video. Then it says, here are some additional tips for finding Reddit stories to use for a YouTube video. Look for stories that are engaging and interesting. People want to watch videos that will entertain them or teach them something new. So when you're choosing stories, look for ones that are well written and informative. Avoid using stories that are too long or complex. People have short attention spans, so it's important to choose stories that can be told in a few minutes. Be sure to give credit to the original author of the story. When you're using a Reddit story in your video, be sure to mention the author's username and link to the original post. I hope this helps. All right, I think that's a good one. I would like to know about the aggregators. Okay, thank you. Please tell me a little more about Reddit aggregators. Let's see what it says. Because this channel is using information that's already on the internet, I don't really need Bard to come up with a script for me. Reddit aggregators are websites that collect and display Reddit stories from a variety of subreddits. So this is within Reddit. I'm going to click this colorful G here to double check this response. Clicking on that, usually if it is truthful information that can be found somewhere, you'll see it is in green. The rest of these, there isn't anything to back up what it's saying. But if we click right here, it shows where they got the content from. And it looks like it's pulled directly from this Medium article. So that is our next channel. I can find content that way. Let's go to channel 5. Sounds like an old television. This one is the homeschooling channel. All right, I'm putting this in the chat. The homeschooling channel is going to be called Free Range Learners. And let's put the prompt in right here. All right, we want a script for a different YouTube video, maximum of 8 minutes, and the topic is new homeschooling. Homeschooling for the first time, beginning homeschool. The target audience is parents who have removed their children from public school to homeschool them. Parents have no teaching background. And no religious affiliation. Let's see what happens for that. Is Bard going to ask me any additional questions? Because of the prompt engineering work that I've already done, using Bard to make scripts and using Bard as a writing assistant is actually a much easier task for me than text to image generation, which was the first time I did that yesterday. I will say this much though. To go from not knowing anything about using generative AI back in July to now, I feel like has been great progress. And I also feel like if I can do this, anybody can. All right, we're looking at the script. The tone that Bard chose on its own is informative, encouraging, and supportive. Okay. Talking about getting started and tips for success. Okay. There's the script. I feel like it's probably going to need to be fleshed out, but this is a good beginning. And let's go to channel number 6. Road trips. Okay, channel number 6 is about road trips. And I think I'm going to ask Bard to focus on weekend road trip planning to a state park. Okay. to a state park. Weekend road trip is for a millennial couple. Let's see what Bard comes up with. And maybe I should move it not to a state park, but one of the national parks. Fun, engaging, and informative. Okay. Fun and adventurous way. Who's packing for all types of... That's very, very generic. So this is like super generic. Okay. But these are a good starting point. I feel like this one will probably need a little bit of help. It's generated pretty quickly though. Now we're going to go to the 7th channel. The 7th channel is our fully experimental channel. This is comedy. And I don't really know what to do with this one. I'm going to let AI handle it. Okay. This is the last one. The topic is comedy. Please provide any suggestions you have to make this script engaging and monetizable. Okay, this is all AIs, fully experimental. I don't know what to do. And computers are not great. They're not really known for jokes. Okay, it says the funniest things that have ever happened to me. All right. Getting lost in the woods. Funny stories. Okay, it tried. It says be relatable, use personal stories, use humor effectively. No, I think maybe. Okay. I think maybe the comedy one. I'm moving up here to get back to the Reddit one. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe the comedy one should be patterned after the Reddit one. I would like to curate content for a comedy YouTube video. Please tell me about the Creative Commons license or curation on YouTube. This might be a better use of the last few minutes I have in my lunchtime, asking Bard about Creative Commons and curation, because comedy, ugh. All right. Let's see what Bard has to say. And then after I read this, I'm going to check to see if this is attributable to anything. It says, the Creative Commons license for curation on YouTube allows you to reuse and remix content from other creators who have licensed their work under a Creative Commons license. This means that you can use their content in your videos as long as you follow the terms of the license. It says there are 6 different Creative Commons licenses, each with its own terms and conditions. The most common license for curation on YouTube is the Creative Commons Attribution license. This license allows you to reuse and remix the content as long as you give credit to the original creator. To curate content for a comedy YouTube video using a Creative Commons license, you will need to find content that is licensed under a Creative Commons license. You can do this by searching for Creative Commons content on YouTube or by using a Creative Commons search engine. Once you have found content that you want to use, you will need to give credit to the original creator in your video description. You should include the creator's name, a link to their original video, and the Creative Commons license that they have used. Here are some tips for curating content for a comedy YouTube video using a Creative Commons license. Choose content that is relevant to your target audience and that will make them laugh. Make sure that the content is licensed under a Creative Commons license that allows you to reuse and remix it. Give credit to the original creator in your video description. Be creative and have fun. Here are some examples of how you can curate content for a comedy YouTube video using a Creative Commons license. Make a compilation video, create a parody, make a video that reacts to funny videos that other people have made, write and perform a sketch comedy video using clips from other videos. It says the possibilities are endless. Just be sure to follow the terms of the Creative Commons license for any content that you use. Let's click the G right here to learn what is attributable and what is not. Today's session was super fast. Okay. Here's the green that there are 6 different Creative Commons licenses and talking about the most common license. So there, that is attributable and has some backup. That's it. That's all I got today. And I will go back to work a few minutes early. Even though I'm faceless today, I want to thank you for taking the ride with me today. And I am hopeful that you are finding Faceless October to be a little bit helpful and that you are able to use what is being shared here to make your own faceless YouTube video channel. I would advertise about my October 28th webinar, but that webinar is full, and so I will advertise the next time I will be having a webinar showing how to make faceless YouTube channels. I would like to thank you for taking the ride, and I wish you all good things. I will see you in the next video. Take care.